All right, so SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube, wherever the fuck you get your podcasts, we are there. 3 Ninjas Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. 3 Ninjas Podcast at gmail.com for any comments, questions, or concerns. If you want your question answered in the Ask a Ninja segment, you can reach us there. That's 3 Ninjas Podcast at gmail.com. So, Hesharella, Heshansay, Luther Van Hesh.
I like that one better.
Patty LaHesh.
Yep. I can't fuck with this nigga.
What question we got today, man?
So the first one we got is from James Watt. Shout out to you, crazy motherfucker.
Yes. Yo, can we talk about James Watt?
Yeah, we can talk about the nigga real quick.
Try not to.
That is by far the wildest supporter that we have.
For real.
That nigga be saying the most off the
Wild
wall shit
all the time.
Sometimes I'd be like,
Like,
I don't know if you should say that to people that we talking to. I don't know if you should say that in public forums, but you know, I don't control that nigga life.
Listen, live your life, dog. You from Philly. Philly niggas is wild.
Live your life.
Yeah.
Shout out to James Watt.
Thank you for the support.
Thank you. That nigga's the wildest.
All right, so this question is, let's see, excuse my reading because I can't read. But me and my homie talking about, he's tight with his bread because he was talking about a certain video game. He feels that certain video games or most shouldn't be $60. And I told him, well, games are really good if he's sauced. Yeah, but they are no good. There are no God of War. Yeah, no, they're no God of War. So do you feel that if a game is not Game of the Year status, should you have to pay $60? And which 5 games between 2017 and 2018 do you think should have been $60 if you feel the same way?
All right, question. How old is this nigga?
I have no idea.
Okay, you know what's the funny thing? When we were growing up, games was
way more
$88, so
games were way more
y'all
expensive.
niggas got it easy. Y'all niggas got it easy.
I mean, were they more expensive? Like
it was
Sega?
$80.
For what game?
Most games.
When
like
in
the early
64 came around, that shit was $80.
Games were like $80.
I'm talking about like Sega, like the special edition
I
shit.
still
like,
think it was
not just regular
that
games.
shit was like 40, 50.
Nah.
I still think it was higher than that.
Sega games?
It was like $60. Games are a lot cheaper now than they were before.
I don't remember them. I remember
you
gas
was
being
paying
$1.
for it.
That too. I remember gas being like under $1.
Well,
I remember
true.
games being real cheap because I mean when I would ask my mother for shit when I saw something in the store, she would just pick that shit up and buy it. It ain't like she was spending like a grip on that shit. Now as an adult, when I see shit, I be like,
nope, not buying this.
I don't know, man. I gotta like feed kids, and you know I don't want to just buy a game to my kids. Be like, Daddy, we hungry. You know, like I don't want to do that.
Man,
listen, I had to play Zelda. Y'all ain't gotta eat today.
Yeah, go get some noodles. They only $1 in a cupboard.
I look back at how much them shits cost. I feel bad for asking.
Yeah, for real. Like
$80? Damn.
Yeah.
But should a game be $60?
Yes, and they probably, if I'm being honest, they probably should cost a little bit more now.
Why?
Because
they're doing way too much.
Yeah, they're doing way more stuff. Like, because games have been $60 since at least I was in high school, maybe even before that. So the price of the games have not gone up much, if they've gone up at all, since we were young. And they're doing way more shit in games than they were doing back then, like the graphics and all that stuff, putting all these features in the online, all that shit, and the price is staying the same. So it costs more money to make video games than it ever did before, and the price is staying the same.
But you don't think the microtransactions make up for that?
That's why they're doing microtransactions. Right? And if you hate microtransactions, you'd probably be like, okay, I'd rather pay another extra $10 just for the game and not have to worry about microtransactions. I'd do that. So I do think that the price should probably even go up more. So I do think, and you know, not everything is $60. Some games, depending on the game, is, you know, you might pay 30 or 40 if it's like a smaller game, but like the marquee AAA games are $60.
Yeah, but how do you know what game is going to do well and what game is not? Like, you can't just know that off the cutting room floor. Like, hey, this is going to be Game of the Year contender. This shit has to be high priced, or like $60. The special edition has to be $80 to $100 or something like that. Like, how do you know that shit just developing the game, like in the studio? Like, how are you supposed to know that?
You don't.
And I guess depending on the developer, like if you're making a Call of Duty game, you have a fair shot. Like, okay, this is probably going to do pretty well. Same thing with Assassin. Like if it's a known franchise, and you have a better chance of like, okay, this is going to make a decent amount of money. That's going to make its money back, whatever. But if you're like just making a brand new game out of nowhere, you have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Now, I want you companies to not listen to Hesh and make the games more expensive, because I am not for that shit. I like this $60 cap we have right here. And then if the game comes out and does poorly, then you drop it. Like Fallout 76, shit was $60 when it came out. As of today, that shit is $35.
2 days after.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
So if it performs well, keep it as is. Or you could probably charge more for it if you want to put out a special edition, a gold version, or whatever the fuck. Then you high price it up. You upsell the price. But that's just like Fallout, and that shit is just basura. bring that shit down to $35. Everybody can play it. Everybody that wanted it can get it now. Now it's at a reasonable price for like the actual game that it is. It's not overpriced. The niggas buying it like, yo, I want my money back type shit. Because that's a lot of. Because how many games get nominated for Game of the Year? Usually like 6 or 7. I mean 5 or 6.
Yeah,
maybe. So all these games that come out from January to December, they're not all gonna be Game of the Year contenders. So that would only be 5 or 6 games that are only $60, and everything else that happens to be a hit is going to be what, less than that? Nah, you can't take that type of chance. So I think where this cap is now is where it should stay until they start doing some next level shit. Like it offer me some shit that I can't, that they don't normally offer.
Like what?
I have no clue.
Like what? What's the next level shit? Like I think, aren't we at like what's beyond further? Like what is the next level?
I don't know, because then you got games like Fortnite where it was free, and then all the microtransactions, like they coerced you into buying shit. It was like, we gonna give you this game for free, and then it's up to you to buy all these skins and these dances and, you know, flight packs and all this shit. Then it's season 5, and you know you want to get that, and then it's the pass, and it was like,
yeah, niggas is buying it.
The game is free. Like you could download that shit and play whatever you want, but you don't have to buy this other shit. You just want to buy it because you love the game so much. Other games could take that route where it's like the next game that comes out free and that's fire is gonna do way more than fucking Fortnite.
Ain't nothing beating Fortnite. Fortnite is like
no, something's gonna come along. Somebody's gonna think of some shit that we ain't thought of that's mad simple, and is gonna come out and fuck Fortnite.
Can't steal more dances. Ain't no more dances to steal, nigga.
Yo, black people always inventing shit. White people got mad more shit to steal. White people gonna steal forever. What are you talking about? Yeah. Every piece of slang we come up with, they gonna steal. Every dance we come up with, they gonna steal. White people steal, my niggas. They stole countries. They steal everything. They steal people.
All right, we get it.
God damn.
Shout out to John Leguizamo. Yo, I learned some shit. I'm telling you. Yo, I learned some shit. Yo,
that fucking
white people came over here and stole everything, nigga.
Yeah, no,
they stole fucking spices. Y'all chicken still bland. Y'all stole everything, nigga. All this shit. All these spices available. Chicken still dry. How? I'm just saying.
You never had KFC? That chicken ain't dry?
Yo, that Colonel nigga got that shit from a slave. You think he thought on fucking 17 original herbs and spices? Fuck out of here.
Anime?
Yeah.
Anime?
It was a big booty nanny. Went out in the field, put some shit on the shit. It was like, here, massa. It was like, this good. Killed that bitch. Took her piece of shit.
Yo, I hate it, yo.
Yo.
Bitch always pull up her socks. What's up with that?
Fucking hate you.
Yo.
The socks up to the knees.
Right?
I don't know what the fuck she was.
Whipping Tom's ass.
She had to. That nigga was bad as shit. Nigga's a whole child out here. Get the fuck out my house, Tom.
See, in this sensitive ass era, you can't even have Tom and Jerry. The Peter be on that ass.
Nah.
Yes, it will.
You can have Tom and Jerry.
The cat.
It's still out there. They still got Tom and Jerry.
Nigga, I just seen Peter grill a dog somewhere.
I'm sorry, what?
It was somewhere on Instagram. I swear to God, I seen. I hope I favorited it. So Peter was somewhere. They was trying to make people go vegan, and they put. I think it might have been a fake dog. More than likely,
I would assume so.
More than likely, it would have been a fake dog. But they had a grill set up, and they had a dog that was skinned, but everything was skinned but the head. Oh. And it was like, if you wouldn't eat a dog, why would you eat like a sheep or something like that? Like, what's the difference? It was like, use your common sense, go vegan.
Because sheep is delicious, maybe.
It's that damn deal.
I mean, I ain't never had dog. I probably have.
I mean, you probably have. We live in Bridgeport. You probably have.
I probably have.
Probably had cat.
I probably had squirrel, fucking raccoon dumpling, all that shit.
I seen a video of some chick catching a pigeon, so I don't know.
Right.
Yo, that was in Central Park, right?
Yeah.
Just
Oh, man.
And the nigga was like, yo, what are you doing?
About to eat this motherfucker.
What are you doing?
About to eat that nigga.
But
We don't know what we be eating.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know, but
$60 price point.
yeah.
$60. So Bobby, how you feel about that?
I mean, it depends on the quality of the game. They always talk about this AAA gaming shit. One thing I'm tired of people complaining about the microtransactions when you want more out of the game, but it's like has said, it's costing more to make these games. But there are certain games that I feel like should be less than what they are when they come out, like Street Fighter, for example. There's no reason why Street Fighter should be $60 at this point when they keep doing the same shit.
Yeah, but people keep buying at the same rate that they bought the last one and the one before that, and then it's used at most of the tournaments still. Yeah, it's like, why? If you got a staple like that, like why would, like when it comes to fighting games, that's the staple. Like you can only name like maybe 4 or 5, not even, maybe like 3 or 4, where it's like, yo, fighting game, name something, go. And it's like, which ones come to mind? Like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter,
Blaze Blue.
Sort of.
Not a lot of people on BlazBlue like Soul Calibur, maybe Tekken.
Yeah, well,
It's not a lot.
that should put
When
you
you got a
behind.
stable like, I mean,
It should put you behind. That's why Mortal Kombat is about to come out with some shit. And then you have like Dragon Ball Fighters Z. We just had that took Marvel vs. Capcom spot.
For now, till they come back with something.
Dang,
I mean, I don't know
think so.
because I think 3 was.
I think they need to bring back the 2D graphics.
Yeah, like that because that 3D shit.
That 3D shit ain't working.
Nah, that shit ain't working.
Shit ain't that
for a
cheap.
ride, dog.
No, yes.
Like in Mortal Kombat, they took mad fails until they got to the position they're in now.
Yeah, I think because it was on the decline until like 11, right?
Till like
Or
10.
10, yeah.
10 came back and it was like,
That's
oh
when it
shit,
was
the
kinda
fatalities look real. Now you got this shit that's extra gory. I said this shit on Twitter. I said they won't go too far until Sonya Blaze actually ripping a nigga's dick off. Like until you get to that,
So
you
she,
went
like,
too
holding
far.
her hand and shit?
Yeah, like
now
till you
niggas
do
want to
that,
say,
it's like,
oh, now it's too far. Bitch ripping off dicks now. Oh, now we need to tweet him, hey, what's going on with the dick grabbing? Why y'all just choking chickens and shit? Is what y'all doing?
I guess so, nigga.
Just pulling panguses off.
Don't use my word, nigga.
It's all word. Just document on here. So,
Jocelyn joints.
yo, that's a
all
super
that.
jostle.
Yo, facts.
How you jostle something so hard? It just. Yo,
God damn.
Oh shit.
they should call that shit the Lorena Bobbitt.
They gonna have her as a hidden character.
Oh, that would be dope. You know how
That'd be
they be
crazy.
putting on like how they put like Texas Chainsaw Massacre nigga and all that fucking. If they put Lorena Bobbitt in there,
Oh,
that'd be
my
dope,
God.
nigga.
They were like Katana, Melina, Lorena. Select your fighter. Toasted.
Oh,
Shit.
Kind of ill.
right.
We on to something.
We
nigga.
on to
Yeah,
something,
we
nigga.
gonna say, hey, Boone, you listening?
Yo,
Yo, for real.
Ted.
Ted Bundy.
Oh,
No, not him.
Ted.
yo, I didn't even watch that shit yet. I'm about to,
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Yo, that shit will be so
No,
wild.
That
we
would be
cannot
wild. If they
glorify
did-
murderers and fucking penis grabbers.
That shit would be wild as fuck when they did that.
Say something.
Yo,
Nasty motherfucker. Say something. Yeah, I saw it in your face.
shit.
I was just gonna say.
I mean, if Tekken put Negan in, I don't. I mean, this is
I
definitely
mean,
possible.
that's a fictional
I know,
character
but-
that just bash niggas' heads
Yo,
on
imagine if
TV.
they made a game full of real niggas though. Just out here.
I don't think that would be on
skinning
the black
niggas
market.
alive and fucking putting bodies in refrigerators and shit.
See, this is why you can't go to emo night, because this is shit you come back with. You talk about skinny niggas. Talk about real niggas. No, that shit.
You said they was like Lincoln Park, right?
Yeah, like Lincoln Park and Taking Back Sunday.
They
and
played
shit.
Numb, didn't they?
Evanescence and shit.
I didn't know. They know
played
Evanescence,
Numb? They
but they
played Numb?
played. This they played like.
They ain't
Linkin
play you.
Park
You'll
and-
never call me when you sober.
I mean, they might have not while I was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had to work on Saturday, so I didn't stay too late.
you quit your job, man.
I would
So-
like to quit my job, but then I won't be able to afford cheeseburgers.
That'd be good for you. Yeah, what's the next question? I ain't fucking with you.